We're in Costa Maya, Mexico, and this is our second port stop aboard Carnival Jubilee on our 7-night cruise through the Western Caribbean. If you've never been to Costa Maya, it is a small cruise port that is on the eastern side of Mexico, near the Yucatan Peninsula. Costa Maya is known for being one of the places that you can take excursions to ancient Mayan pyramids. The actual cruise port of Costa Maya is very, very touristy. It has a very large swimming pool in the center of it that is surrounded by shops, restaurants, and bars. Nicole and I have been to Costa Maya a lot. It's one of the more popular ports on the Western Caribbean itineraries, and since we sail out of Galveston a lot, we usually end up in Costa Maya and Cozumel. Costa Maya isn't our most favorite port. It's very touristy. The shopkeepers can be a little pushy, and it just feels like it shouldn't be here. Recently, the port of Costa Maya has actually expanded some of the parts of the port. So back where there used to be a bus stop and a taxi terminal, they've actually expanded it out with another swimming pool, a few bars, and a couple more restaurants and shops. One of the biggest changes coming to Costa Maya is actually involving Royal Caribbean. They're purchasing this port and going to turn half of it into Perfect Day at Mexico, and that'll open in the next couple of years. So if you're looking to do some shopping, or to get a good drink, or just hang out by the pool, the little port area of Costa Maya is probably just right for you. There's tons of that available to do. You can also take excursions over to the Mayan temple or the Mayan pyramids, and there's also some other excursions out there that go to like the city that's right next to Costa Maya and some other places along the way. Nicole and I were supposed to come to Costa Maya last year in January of 2024 on Voyager of the Seas, but we had our port stop canceled because of high winds and bad weather, which is actually a very common theme with Costa Maya, as it has a nickname, or it's affectionately known as Costa Maybe. The last few times that Nicole and I have been to Costa Maya, we really didn't have the money to do any of the excursions or experiences or other things that you can do at this port. And this time, we had talked about doing something, at least starting out small. There is a bird sanctuary that is above the Costa Maya port, and it costs $14 per person to go there, and it is called Aviarius. Essentially, this bird sanctuary takes place in little exhibits or little habitats that are separated by suspension bridges that go between each habitat and then are all above the Costa Maya port. Each one of the habitats has different types of birds, everything from ducks, cardinals, pheasants, parrots, lovebirds, you name it. If it's a tropical bird, they probably have it in these little habitats above the port. Aviarius is in the middle of the Costa Maya port, and it looks like a tourist trap. I'll be perfectly honest, we thought it was, but we still wanted to check it out. So we paid our $14 per person, and then started across one of the little suspension bridges towards the first exhibit. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that Nicole was afraid of heights. So if you're afraid of heights, be prepared. These bridges are very bouncy, and Nicole was not having a fun time crossing these bridges. Nicole's afraid of heights. Freaking out right now. The first exhibit, or the first habitat that we came to, was for owls and nocturnal birds. There's signs in here that tell you to look up, but we didn't see any birds. Obviously, during the middle of the day, nocturnal birds are usually sleeping or at least hiding, and we didn't see any of them. So the first habitat was mostly just a dark room with signs telling you to look up into these little holes. Didn't see anything. Do you have any birds on your bird tour? Now, the next habitat, we finally saw some birds, including some pheasants, parrots, cardinals, and other tropical birds.
Hello, pheasant. You look sketchy. I want to take your picture. Thank you.
It's nice of him to sit on that sign so you know what he is.
He looks angry.
It was super fun to follow some birds around and take photos and see some of these birds that you don't get to see up close, really up close.
Oh, hi, little guy. What are you doing?
That guy's at the buffet. Was that the Lido Marketplace?
He's cute.
Every single habitat that you go through, there are signage that lets you know what type of birds are in these habitats. Like this one has some parakeets.
Eating your broccoli? Huh?
Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. So this is a parakeet. I don't see a sign for him. He's cool though. He has like a super long tail.
To get from habitat to habitat, you do take suspension bridges, as I said earlier. I think it's a really cool design, and it feels just like, or at least similar to, the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse at Disneyland.
Are you bouncing it on purpose? Stop it.
These habitats are a lot bigger than what they look like from the ground. We've been to Costa Maya a bunch of times and looked up and thought it was kind of small and maybe very touristy. But when you're actually up in there, there's a lot of room and there's a ton of birds. Now there's one thing you should be aware of. Birds are animals and they'll do what they want. And they may land on you like they landed on Nicole.
I don't know. I was taking his picture. He's gonna poop on my hat. Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, you got fruit all over. Trying to go after the utopia sign.
That's messed up. I don't know. Stay in here until he gets off. I live here now.
Oh, you got fruit all over your hat.
Aww.
It's like watching Bailey eat.
Hi.
I think when they land on you, you can feel like a Disney princess, but that's up to you and how scared you are or how much you enjoy birds landing on your head.
What?
You don't have to worry about poop on your hat. You already got fruit on it. Lots of fruit on your hat. Saving a snack for later. You're trying to lure those birds into your hat.
I'm learning the bird.
Bird almost landed on the camera.
Nah, it'd be fine.
The suspension bridges do go over the dolphin exhibit or dolphin experience that is at Costa Maya. You can see the dolphins doing their tricks and guests interacting with the dolphins, which are certain types of excursions that they do offer at this port. I'm not the biggest fan of having dolphins and whales in small enclosures. It's still really cool to see them up close and from the vantage point that you have. in the little exhibit or the habitats that are above where they keep the dolphins at. The $14 that you spend to go through Aviarius does include one time through the entire habitats and entire bird sanctuary. Nicole and I spent almost 2 hours going through each one of the habitats and the entire experience all together. Sunfish. Want to go across the bridge again, Nicole?
No,
Why not?
I don't like it.
At the very end, you do get to see some macaws, which are really close and really cool. I love these birds. Now, would Nicole and I do this again? And honestly, I think we would. We had a really good time going through this. We love animals. We love being close to animals. And this experience was really, really cool. It looks like a tourist trap. It probably falls into the category of a tourist trap, but we had fun, and it was something that you just can't do at home. So for a cheap or cheap-ish experience that you can do while you're in Costa Maya, I think Aviarius is worth the money. At $28 for the two of us, I would spend that again to go through this again if we couldn't find something else to do in Costa Maya on our next trip there, which will probably be in a couple months. Don't forget to check out the flamingos that are right in front of Aviarius, right by the sign. They're pretty cool as well. After we were done with the bird experience, we walked around the port some more. And of course, if you know us and you watch this channel, everywhere we go, we have to get gelato. And this stop in Costa Maya was no different. And we stopped at Amarino, which is a little gelato shop right there in the port. And I got a lemon gelato, and Nicole got a coffee gelato. And they were expensive at $9 for a small little cup of gelato. It was good. I enjoyed the lemon. Nicole said the coffee gelato was very good as well. But it is touristy prices at $9 a piece. When we were done in the port, after spending several hours on land, we went back to the ship because it was time for dinner. And tonight, we're eating at another one of those specialty dining restaurants that is free during the inaugural season, and that is Cucina del Capitano. Cucina del Capitano is an Italian restaurant aboard Carnival Jubilee, and like I said, it is a specialty dining restaurant, but it's free the first time you eat there during the inaugural season of Carnival Jubilee. If you want to go more than once, it would be $8 after that, but the first time is free. They start you off with some really good ciabatta bread. I don't normally like ciabatta bread, but I like this bread. For our appetizers, Nicole ordered the arancini, and we also got the fritto misto, which is some lightly battered shrimp, fish, calamari, and vegetables. And then, of course, we got the meatball as one of our appetizers as well. For our main courses, Nicole ordered the carbonara, which you can't go wrong with carbonara. At least you shouldn't go wrong. And then I ordered the chicken parmesan, and I got the saddest looking chicken parmesan I've ever seen in my entire life. For dessert, I got the apple crostata, and Nicole got the lemon frozen torte. Now, how was the food? It's Italian food. You really can't go wrong with Italian food. It's hard to mess up. Overall, the meatball I thought was very good, and the lightly battered and fried shrimp and calamari was just okay. Nicole liked her arancini. For the main courses, the carbonara is the carbonara. It's pretty much the same carbonara that they have in the main dining room. Maybe some extra seasoning to it, but it wasn't anything special. But it's carbonara, it's still good. My chicken parmesan, no, don't order the chicken parmesan. It was, like I said, it looked like the saddest chicken parmesan ever, and it didn't really taste all that great. And the desserts were okay. Would we eat at Cucina del Capitano again? Probably. On the first try. I don't know if I would spend the $8 for it after the inaugural season or for the go there a second time, but just as something different in the try one of the specialty restaurants, it was good. It's probably a little bit better than the main dining room. It was free. It's included. So yeah, if you like Italian food, try it out. I would say it's about a 3 out of 5 overall in terms of specialty dining restaurants. It's not great. It's not bad. It's about average. Now let's talk about some of the shows and entertainment that we had on our 5th night on Carnival Jubilee. The first thing that we went to was Deal or No Deal. It's the same as the TV show where you select the case, and then obviously for each case that you open, the price, the dollar amount that you could win goes up or down. And they do Deal or No Deal a little bit different on Carnival Jubilee, at least probably Carnival in general. They actually set it up sort of like bingo, where you can buy cards, and the people on stage are involved in the show and they could win prizes. But you, if you have one of the cards, you can win prizes as well. I thought the setup for Deal or No Deal was really cool. I think Carnival does game shows very well, probably way better than Royal Caribbean does game shows. Overall, we had fun watching Deal or No Deal. After Deal or No Deal, we went to the Jubilee Theater, which is the main theater aboard Carnival Jubilee, and we watched a show called Soulbound. So let's talk about Soulbound and what it is. I'm going to read from Carnival's website what exactly this show is so you have a better understanding of it. Soulbound takes some of the greatest classic R&B hits from across the decades and weaves them into a clever, fast-paced, tongue-in-cheek tale of love and dastardly deeds. Overall, the story is about a witch queen and a soul collector, and they're in love. It's really hard to describe. It kind of reminds me of Dr. Facilier on The Princess and the Frog, that style. This show was much better than Dear Future Husband. I would say if you're on Carnival Jubilee, you should watch this. Sorry our video isn't as good for this. It was really hard to get good shots of what was going on stage. But better than Dear Future Husband, probably should go watch it. It was enjoyable, music's good. The last thing that we went to on our 5th night aboard Carnival Jubilee was the 80s party. And we saw people dressed up in their 80s stuff all night. And there's a gigantic party on the pool deck that night, and they do 80s music and dancing, and it's just a big party on the pool deck. This is something that Carnival seems to do really well as well, especially with the white party that they had and then the sail away party. But if you're into themed nights, make sure you bring your 80s gear and go to the 80s party on the pool deck. It looked like a lot of fun. So that'll wrap up this video and our day 5 aboard Carnival Jubilee, which included our stop in Costa Maya, Mexico. We're having a lot of fun, and we have a couple more days left on this cruise. If you have any questions about our day in Costa Maya, the Aviarius Bird Tour that we went on, or anything else that happened on this cruise, make sure you leave those in the comment section below. Also, tell us what your favorite thing to do in Costa Maya is. We'd love to hear it. If you'd like to support our channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you realize. And if you need us, we'll be at the buffet, which is called the Lido Marketplace. My name's Travis. Thanks so much for watching.